Okay, so we've
so-
got players beginning to enter again. Looks like we're going to have the Spartans on red, Eclipse on blue, and Catalyst on green. I almost said Wolfpack. I caught myself.
Yeah. Okay, well, where are they doing so far?
Okay, so as they're going back in, we can rediscuss. So I think Eclipse definitely will feel that they were behind that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon both Spartans and Catalyst will be a bit like, we're not sure. Because it was so close. Spartans, they had the same number of bases, but they had 4K extra pack points.
Yeah. Low base games are always that much harder
Yeah.
to track because there's inevitably been that ebb and flow through the game as you try and push.
So one of the cool things about the Rumble that we had last year was every single knockout game was a 3-game series. So you got to see a ton of 3-game series. And they all played out the same way. And it was this like lockdowny game first, an average game in the middle, and a blowout game at
banger
the
at
end.
the end.
So
Okay.
it'll be interesting to see if this continues in that pattern. But we did find the team that blew it out in the third game never won.
Interesting. Is it really that they've realised that they haven't done that well
Yeah.
and they just go for gold at the end?
I
They
think people
go
have
for
it in their
broke.
minds that they need to dump to bring those points back up, but you actually need to defend as well because it's not enough to get 10 if everybody else has 10.
Yeah, yeah, and there are ways you can dump to deal with that, but it doesn't necessarily work, and it's still punishable.
Yeah, in this maze it seems to be really punishable.
Yeah, yeah.
So it looks like we've got Robo sitting for Brisbane Eclipse. We're just trying to find out the last couple of players here. Obviously, Sunshine Coast Spartans will be sitting Potato for this one, unless he's in there on crutches.
Yeah.
And for the artist formerly known as Wolfpack, we've got Grub, Wax, Wham, Fox, Dodge, and
Should be volley or husky.
Volley or
City.
Husky. I would put my money on Volley sitting this one. But maybe they'll surprise us.
Okay, so we do have Catalyst over at the Spartans base
It's
early.
even as far as packets, relatively speaking.
Yeah, Potato's out for the rest of the comp. Like
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
torn a muscle. He's definitely not going to be playing. Oop, is somebody inside red?
I don't think. Oh yeah, cleared out,
Grub.
cleared out. That's good. Well defended by red there.
We still have a Catalyst who hasn't pulled their trigger.
Green is very, very quiet. So they're probably just sitting off on the edge there, we reckon. And if no one's decided to push green, then
Actually, can we see inside the green base? So I reckon Husky might be... Okay, maybe not.
Nah, I don't think they'll leave him inside. Not yet.
Not
at least.
yet.
oh, did we just see him just out there? Actually, if we just see him in the
Oh.
caves.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we have an Eclipse poking around
There
the
you
green.
When...
There's Husky.
Yep,
Okay,
so
so they sat
Husky,
volley
yep.
for this game.
Yeah. You got a red player at the back of green there. Some calls for them to come back. Not sure.
We also have Catalyst over
We've got
at red.
blue at green. Blue at red. Sorry.
Ooh,
Ooh, two shot
Wax,
denied there
two-shot
on
denied.
Wax. So that was a really good deny because Peregrine actually decided to run all the way around the base to get to the better door.
Yeah. It's an interesting one, obviously. We talked about it a little bit earlier, those moves in through bases and those doors and making sure you're not covering at the same time, but getting in there and getting that dive in.
Oh,
Well,
he
we've
goes
got
type
blue
in.
inside green. He
That's-
unfortunately tagged his own player there, so he might not be game to shoot it.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
it's probably-
Been
he's
tagged
back.
out by Husky.
That would have been a risky take.
Yeah.
Oh,
Here goes Grub.
No, straight out again.
Oh,
okay, it's
no.
going for blue.
and gets it.
Oh,
So,
okay.
A couple of quick bases there for both
So
Spartans
we
and
have
Catalyst.
we have Eclipse at the Catalyst base, as Catalyst gets the Spartans base, and Spartans get the Eclipse base. So unfortunately, in that exchange, Eclipse came off not very good.
Not great.
Oh, here goes type in
Type
at green.
for green.
Oh,
Ooh, two shot denied by Dodge. Ooh.
That was amazingly in sync.
So last game we had Spartans get the first on 31,000, Catalyst get the second on just under 27, and Eclipse get the third on 17. So you know.
That's not counting any after-game terms that may or may
Yeah.
not have been applied.
Ooh, I've got Peregrine over at green base, as well as Wax.
Along
so
with type in.
Yeah, there's a lot of red and blue. Everybody's there.
Ooh,
Green is the place to
Link's
be
there.
again.
It's a party at green base. There's cans on the
Ooh,
left-hand
Husky has
side.
to reload. Husky has to reload. I think this might be a base here if the Spartans play this right. Ooh, they
Dodge
do have Dodge
inside.
inside. Do they know Dodge is inside?
Let's see how they go. That inside defender has been seemingly quite divisive. You've got teams that will never do it, and then you've got teams that will always put someone on the inside.
Okay, we've got Eclipse over at red.
Yeah. Still trying to push that base. I don't know.
I think the Spartans are going to try and grind their way through the Catalyst base at the moment.
That definitely would be the plan there. Dodge is looking out back door.
Yeah, so
Red circling it.
they've got to each win a standoff and then like double up
Yeah.
on.
You got
Ooh. And Wax picks up the Eclipse base. Eclipse
Yeah.
seem to be having a fairly loose defense, unfortunately. Ooh.
Oh, here goes Adam in front of red and gets it.
nice. Well played. Really, really calm under
Yep.
pressure.
Oh,
there.
here goes
going
Link.
for green. Ooh.
Two shot
Two shot
denied.
denied by
Dodge again.
Dodge has been so quick with those dives in, getting those shots off exactly when needed.
And this is definitely something that Dodge has only picked up. Or as Taipan, one shot denied again by Dodge.
Fantasy Dodge.
So we've seen recently in the last couple of years, Dodge sprout up. So, Dodge being a young player himself has sprouted up and he's now got the extended arms that all of the, the Catalyst boys, for the most part have that's been their kind of trademark as big, tall, lanky fellas.
Yeah, it's a pain.
It's pain. It's,
Coming from someone as small as I
Yeah.
am, it's a pain.
Because you do have Spartans over at the Eclipse base and Eclipse over at the Catalyst base.
Taipan running in green, gets shot out.
Catalyst has.
Oh, here goes Adam, back pocket of green.
That looks clean. That looks
And
just
gets it.
very clean. Everybody was down around them. Timing on that was really good. All the green defenders either reloading or down.
I think we are seeing some like 3-man hits at the moment.
Yeah. It should be mentioned that Catalyst, and this actually shows that Catalyst is well and truly ahead on those pack hits. And while we've seen a lot that it doesn't necessarily mean that they are ahead, bases win games. But if it's going to stay as even as it is, it's going to be an interesting one. Green posting up on the back of red there.
Grob standing off with Zeropa, it looks like.
Well, there's a green inside red. Oh, he's still in. Oh, there's blue there as well now.
Ooh. Yeah,
Okay,
looks
clear.
like
It's clear inside now.
Grob gets shot out of red there.
Oh, I think Wax is going to go for it.
There you go.
Wow.
I think that's clean. Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Just timing on that. Everybody was down.
Okay, we've got Spartans over at green. They've got another behind now, so I think we're going to see something out of them soon. There's Link.
Someone's just asked in the chat, is it total score or average?
Well, it's kind of the same thing. Average score, I think we usually go off of.
Yeah. I think the question really is it victory points or
Yeah, it's
total
not.
scores?
It's not. It's not victory points.
So yeah.
So it is interesting that so Catalysts are doing really well in this game out of green, and Spartans did well out of green the last game.
Yeah.
So I think we are seeing that in these top tier games, green is probably the strongest,
Eclipse was red the last game, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and Spartans are struggling out of red. So red is definitely the harder base to push from for those pack points.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a lot of
That's
greens.
a lot of green players in there.
Wow.
They posted 2 inside, 1 on the outside there by the look of it. And this is going to be
And
really
blues around as well, actually.
This is going to be really interesting because if it does end up that green seems to be that leading base, it may end up coming down to how badly do you stuff up on red.
Yeah, actually.
And we've seen that before in previous finals. I mean, way back when, where there's always one base that's always the hardest, and it's really not who plays the best; it's who plays the
Not the
least
worst,
worst out of that base by the end of your 3 games.
So it does seem that so Catalyst went to the Spartan space with 4, got a base, and all went home. So that's what's happened just then. So nothing too major in terms of like there was no dumping, but
Just a well-timed hit.
Sorry, I thought I was going to cough there. Eclipse catching up on some of those pack hits though. They're only 2 bases behind and only just 6,000 points on the nose, which means they're making up a little bit of ground if they can keep the bases on par.
yeah,
With
that
Catalyst.
extra base that Adam picked up was definitely really important for them. Ooh, there is a red and blue.
There is a red and blue. Warcry sneaking in and getting the shot out of there. There's
Clearing
another
them
red
out.
player at the front of red there, at the front of blue,
Yes, we've
sorry.
got 3 at blue now,
Yep.
so this should be. Oh,
Ooh,
as I
ooh.
say that,
Husky two-shot going by the leg. Peregrine going for
Who's
blue.
going for great?
Ooh, that's
Peregrine
a big
gets
turn.
it. That's a huge base there by Peregrine, getting the Spartans back in this one.
Yep.
Couple more like that, and it'll look a lot different.
A lot
So
nicer.
Spartans first had about 4K on Catalyst, and Catalyst had about, what's that, 9K on Eclipse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it should be noted that I think Spartans out of red now have currently got a higher score than the last red base.
Yeah.
And that's going to come back potentially to look
Here
at
goes
that.
Little
Little
Bow going for
Bow.
green. No, I think Dodgers.
Oh, he's got the well done again. That showing that experience and that confidence in those plays to be able to defend yourself, take that tag or two, and then go back to the base.
Yeah.
and not freak out.
Okay, I think we're going to see another coordinated hit. Yep, Spartans are back at blue.
Yeah,
Oh, Eclipse have dumped. Eclipse have dumped.
Eclipse have dumped.
Eclipse have dumped. 2 red, I
Here goes
think.
Taipan. Taipan has red.
red's going down. I think.
Yeah, so Link's
And
picking
Link
up the
takes
empty
blue.
blue.
Yeah. Okay.
This could play to the Spartans. It depends on if Eclipse bounces, which I think they will. They have, yeah.
They've got it. I think they've got it. I think they've got it.
So I believe the
work
difference-
Or maybe they've gone home. Yeah, so
got-
there's
yeah,
2
we've got-
Eclipse
we've
back
got-
at home now. Link's picked up his blue while he was there, so it's actually a really tight game now.
Eclipse have taken the lead out of all that.
Unfortunately, they've got to get a good lead. Little Bow's back in green, but he has it, so I don't know why. We've got another Spartan set up in blue.
There's a
Mopar's
lot of
there.
greens there. Do Catalysts think they're actually ahead at this point, and that's why they've fallen back to their own base? And they feel like they feel like
Here goes the
they're
Roper in blue.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. Ooh.
one shot denied by Grub.
Also, Catalysts have just rocked up to blue for some reason.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that was
Okay, I've got at least one Eclipse at green with 1 Catalyst. I've got, what's going on at red there? Link at red. I don't know where Eclipse have gone, sorry. They've disappeared. They're somewhere in this maze and I can't
you
find
got
them.
red at blue now. You got red at blue. Posted up
Oh,
inside.
Orkrai going for green.
Green.
Oh,
Oh,
I think that's
huge base
clean.
from Orkrai.
Yeah, there's a couple of greens there.
I think they're like thriving in the chaos a bit here.
Eclipse do
Oh,
like
you've got
chaos.
green and blue. The red player there just kind of missed him
Yeah.
coming in. Green's posted at the front as well. Are they? If they're clean, that should be a base out of that. No, they're
Oh,
just
blue's back, red's there.
red's there as well. They just weren't confident, were they?
Cairns running around blue base there.
Oh, Spartan's going for blue.
Is that Link?
No, that was a deny on the
Two
leg.
shot deny on the
He
leg.
definitely should have covered himself there.
That's going to do it for the game.
I think so. Yeah, that'll take us across the line there.
It's gonna make it pretty close. It's not gonna.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be bring it back in a fair
yeah,
bit.
a little bit.
We're not
Like
gonna-
before, guys. We won't. Sorry,
Yeah,
I talked
yeah.
over the top of you.
I was gonna say something.
Like before, we're not going to talk about the scores while the players possibly have the chance to hear us. So we'll turn back to the chat and we'll discuss the scores once the
Yeah,
game goes back in.
We'll do some math and talk about it later. So, yeah, really interesting game. Like, I played it exactly like I said before, where this is a more standard game, so like your 5 base game, not also locked down, but not, that blowout. The question is going to be, who feels like they're behind?
Yeah.
And really, it should be a hard question for any team to ask because, as far as I can tell, it's quite, well, Brent's doing some math for me, but we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about it in a moment.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, we can look at some tag ratios, but, I mean, we're seeing a lot more positives, I'd say, for Catalyst than we did before. Nobody looks like they really got slapped around. But it definitely does look like base color is interesting. So, green looks like a stronger base, but I think it's less about green being strong and more about red being weak.
They're back in the bases now, so bear with us while we sort of
Yeah.
hold the conversations a little bit around the game.
Ooh,
And
there's some interesting team chats going on. Ooh, Clips don't look happy.
Is Taipan animated? I would be
It was
shocked.
Mopar.
It was
Mopar was.
Mopar, the angry old man.
Oh yeah, that's an angry Taipan. Let's. Mopar was giving us some and Catalyst. Catalyst look okay. They look tired, but they look okay.